Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another exciting meeting at ITU Toastmasters. I hope you have great learning and something to take back to your home club or something to take back your home as a learning in the Toastmasters. Let me invite this person who is a Toastmaster of the day. He's an IT engineer at 6'4", and he is a Toastmaster already before joining Toastmaster Club, but then he took a break in between and joined back in ITU Toastmasters. He's well versed with Toastmaster, and now today, as a Toastmaster of the day, he has come with a great theme. I welcome you over to stage. The virtual lectern is yours, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jaydeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. I would like to start by calling on our guests to introduce themselves. Manorama, would you like to go first?
Thank you. I joined from Ohio. I belong to District 40 and Area 5. My home club is Springfield Toastmasters Club. I don't know, I think Raghu sent me an email. I attend different meetings just to see the flavor, the mood, the climate of the club. So I thought, let me try. It's evening. I don't have any other appointments. I decided to come to your club, and I've been in Toastmasters for 10 years.
Thank you, Manorama. We're very glad to have you. Daphne, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. I am joining you from a tiny island in the Caribbean called Montserrat. Unfortunately, I won't be turning on my camera tonight because it's pretty late and I don't want to scare anyone. It's good to be here. I got an invitation from Raju as well. And I've been to a few meetings with him and they've been pretty good. So I thought, let me jump onto this one and see what it's like. Otherwise, I would just have gone to sleep.
Thank you, Daphne. We're very glad you didn't just go to sleep, and we're very glad you're here with us. I would like to call upon Bhupinder to introduce himself.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, so my apologies. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am a student of MBA and I live in California for almost 9-10 years. And I recently started one program for Toastmasters. Yeah, I'm just here to, just see what's happening right now.
Thank you, Bhupinder, and we're glad you're here today.
Welcome, thank you.
I would like to now introduce the theme of the meeting today. Today's theme is to grow into your full potential. There's a saying that good is the enemy of great. Oftentimes, we push forward, we go, and we get to a point where we're happy. But sometimes we fail to consider that we can make things even better. There's always more to do, always more to grow, and always more to explore. I would like to call upon our functionary roles for today. I would first like to call upon our timer, Raghu, to give a brief description of his role.
I'm sorry, there is small change. I'll be the timer as the speaker one dropped off. Raghu will be the speaker one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, one and all. I'm Toastmaster Kalpana and I'm your timer for today. As timer, I will be timing your speeches. For prepared speeches, I will be flashing a green card in my background after completion of 5 minutes, yellow card after completion of 6 minutes, and red card after completion of 7 minutes. And for the evaluation speech, I will be raising a green card after completion of 2 minutes, and yellow card after completion of 2.5 minutes, and red card after completion of 3 minutes. For the table topic speeches, I will be flashing green card as my background after completion of 1 minute, and yellow card after completion of 1.5 minutes, and red card after completion of 2 minutes. You have A grace period of 30 seconds after the red card has been raised for all the speeches. I wish you all the best. Please note I am your pilot for the time. Time always flies, and I'm going to watch you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Kalpana. I would now like to call upon our word master and grammarian, Namita.
You didn't join, so you can just introduce our counter, Swati.
Okay, sounds good. Swati, would you like to give a brief overview of your role?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster. The purpose of the R counter is to note any word or sound used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjection such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be or I would make a note of all these words and give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati. With that, I would like to call upon the first evaluator, Jim, to give a brief overview of Speaker One's speech for Raghu.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Raghu's speech tonight is entitled, Are We Really Free? And the purpose of it is for the speaker to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The time will be from 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jim. Raghu, are we really free? Are we really free, Raghu?
According to the magazine Business Insider, out of 195 countries today, 140 countries are independent and free. But I have a question today for everyone in the room. Do you really think we are free and independent? I doubt it. I was about 8 years old. I was fascinated by the gospel of Christ that I used to hear from my fellow students at the school. One day, I came home with a Bible in my hand and a cross in my neck. I was thrashed and lectured for very long. I didn't get to choose the religion of my choice. When we have such polarized views on others' religion, or when we force our children to follow the religion of our choice and not their choice, but rather follow a religion itself, are we really free and independent? I doubt it. I always stuttered and stammered till I joined Toastmasters. In year 2007, I joined an IT organization. I was placed in a major IT project. Few weeks into that, I noticed few of my teammates were given opportunity to visit our client in the United States. Puzzled, I approached my manager and asked him, why not me? Because you stutter. Just because I stutter, just because I stammer, all my knowledge, all my hard work, everything that I knew was down the drain. When we don't give equal opportunities and put down people based upon their mental or physical disabilities, are we really free and independent? I doubt it. Last year, I listed a property for sale on a website. Somebody called me. He was an IT engineer working for one of the top MNC in the world. He talked about everything about the property. And after some time, he asked me, what is your caste? What is your creed? Huh? How did it even matter? We're dealing in a property. He said it mattered to him. I hung up the phone thinking his education was incomplete. Even in Toastmaster, I noticed we do the discrimination based upon the religion or the country of origin. I joined this meeting in Czech Republic, and one person talked so filthy about my nation, India, so that I had to drop from the meeting within 15 minutes. Few of my friends in India, till today, they don't want to join this meeting from Pakistan because of the polarized views that they have been brought up from childhood. With such repulsive mindset and the way that we discriminate people based upon their caste, creed, color, or their physical ability or disabilities, are we really free and independent? My friends, I doubt it. I knew this young man now almost for 4 years. And we used to talk at least once in a month. And that used to be everything under the sun, including his PhD thesis. One midnight, he insisted that we talk. We talked, and half an hour into the call, he said, Raghu, I want to share something. Please don't judge me. I'm not able to discuss with anybody in my family or my friends. I'm a bisexual. Please don't judge me. It took me for a while to calm my mind. But then I said, my dear brother, how would it even matter? It's just natural as anything else. Just come out, gather the courage, discuss with your friends, parents, and be normal as anyone else. It's an irony that till today, he couldn't come out or discuss with anyone. With such homophobia across the world, when people have to hide their sexuality or their identity or orientation, can we call ourselves free and independent? I doubt it. If only my mother was inclusive enough to accept me taking another religion. If only my boss was inclusive enough to give me equal opportunities like anyone else. If as a society, we were inclusive, let people choose the religion of their choice, or let them be in whatever orientation they are in, or let them choose the identity that they want to be. We would have been proud to call ourselves free and independent. Let's take this moment an oath that we will let people be inclusive enough. Let us be inclusive enough to let people follow the religion of their choice, or let them be on any sexual orientation, or let them be from any origin, be caste, creed, color, but accept them as is. Because God created the rainbow of so many combinations. Don't we have to respect that at least? What do you think, Toastmasters? Fellow Toastmasters, are we really free and independent? Can we make ourselves free and independent?
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. That was a great speech. And I do agree that as long as we're subject to these harsh judgments, I don't think we really can call ourselves free. So we should make the effort to really have an open mind and look at things with that perspective. I would now like to call upon Evaluator 2, Carol, to give an overview of Speaker 2's speech.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster. For Susan's speech, she's speaking from the level 5. The purpose of the speech is for the member to develop a detailed vision for his or her personal, professional style or an organization. The purpose of this second speech is for the member to share some aspects of the plan to implement his or her vision.
Thank you, Toastmaster Carol. Susan, Harbor City Toastmaster as a distinguished club. Harbor City Toastmaster as a distinguished club, Susan.
Thank you, everybody. So glad to be with you today. I am going to share a visual because I find that will be helpful and supportive to describing my vision. So can everybody see the screen? Yes.
Yes.
This is the best mind map exercise that I have found thus far in Toastmasters, level 5 visionary communication, and it allowed me to think about a vision plan, breaking it down into goals and tasks. So my vision for one of my 6 clubs was to have our club reach distinguished. And I'm going to share with you the various ways that we're going to achieve that. First, there's membership. We know we need to have our membership and our educational goals, and then the importance of retaining the members that we have and providing quality programs. Now, breaking it down a little further, the membership is a net gain of 5, meaning if 4 leave, 4 more have to join, plus 5. And on the educational goals, we want to make sure that all of our members are making progress in the program pathways, level 1 through 5. And we can see if some of our members are this close to it and help push them closer and help them do what they need to complete it. Next, retention, we need to make sure that our members renew and that we keep providing for them the quality programs that are both fun and educational. We need to make sure that to grow our members, we advertise. Now, we've done that quite often by flyers at the library. Our club meets hybrid, both in person and on Zoom. So they'll put flyers up at the library to make sure that they know that we exist. And then we use some social media as well. One of our members decided to run a speech craft program. And unfortunately, we didn't get any interest, which is what blows my mind because this club has had the privilege of doing a speech craft, and I'm joining in to support 51 people interested. You had to cull it down to 25. I'm so envious. I'm so delighted. I want to pick your brains to find out how that happened. I know you were handled by a master. Now, within the educational programs, we have the pathways guidance. I will give educational sessions, educational moments. Sometimes they last 5 minutes, sometimes 15. Depends on the nature of our membership profiles. New members need more guidance. Experienced members just need a little extra encouragement. And we want to make sure that all of the meeting roles are filled. And we've done some fun items such as a full circle or a donut, designing all of the different roles and making sure that each of the members fill all of the different meeting roles, including speaker, evaluator, and all of the other functionary roles. That way they're learning and growing. It's not just speak or listen. It is all of the roles that are important. And then when we have our retention of our members, we want to make sure that we assign them mentors because that's your lifeline. That's the hook, the connection to any new member. If they have a mentor, every one of us mentors our members, but that one-on-one relationship is golden. And then it's necessary also sometimes to follow up with those members that go missing. If they're missing one meeting and you didn't hear from them, send them a note. We missed you. If they're missing more than 2 meetings in a row, follow up, send a note, have the mentor reach out and the president and other officers just to find out what's going on in their lives. Sometimes people tell us, well, I was missing for 3 months and nobody noticed. So what difference did it make? Well, it made a great deal of difference to us, and it's really important to do. Then the quality programs, try to do themes. And I love that because it creates some excitement and making them fun and educational. Do them differently. Every club meeting needs to be just a little bit different. so that nobody wants to miss out on those adventures. Now, our club at this point with renewals in April has only come up to 9 members, even though we've had 5 new members. That meant our retention wasn't as good as we had hoped. And even though members joined, several of them actually left before the term was finished. So we know that there are certain reasons we need to follow up with them. Some are their jobs are in the way, others medical issues, and others it's not what they had expected. But we have to keep pushing for new membership because, as you can see, we've already finished 5 goals, and I know we can do this. Since we started at 10, we need to be at 15. We now need 6 new members, either in person or online. We meet on Saturdays at 10 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. A little early for the folks on the California coast, but all across the world, everybody's welcome. But we're doing a good job of it. Our members are finishing their educational roles. As you can see, we're making progress considering the level of membership. As you can see, we have had a wide breadth of educational awards. Almost every member has at least completed one or is very, very close. One of our members completed 2 so far, but I'm sure that's going to improve as well. Then we do a big job of welcoming our new members because we have 5 new members, 4 that joined and 1 that was a transfer who happened to be our club coach. And we know that in order to make this happen, we need to provide the program for them. Well, what we encountered was the most efficient way to have our club membership grow is to bring a friend. We can advertise all over the world and everywhere we go, but if you don't bring a friend, then we're missing out on the possibilities of sharing this wonderful experience with everyone else. This vision isn't over. We're midpoint and we're falling short of the goal so far, but it's not over. I know we can do it. I know we have that opportunity. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Susan. It really is insightful to see what all goes into having a club be distinguished and really what goes on in the back end of a club. Thank you for that. And I actually missed this for the last speech, but timer, could you please give 1 minute for everyone to give some feedback to Susan via private chat? Okay. I would like to now move on to the next section of our meeting. I would like to call upon the Table Topics Master Kalpana to start that section of the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Here I am back with the capacity of Table Topic Master for today, and I have some exciting topics for you. All you have to do is to speak for at least 1 minute to at least 2.5 minutes. May I ask the Webmaster Grammarian, please type the word of the day in the chat box, please. Okay, and I would request nominations for the table topic speeches. Okay, may I start with guest Manorama?
Thank you. You bring to my mind Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Prejudice. What is prejudice? We look at different things in life. We form an opinion. We don't even know what they are, from where they come. Is it the outward appearance? Why not you look at their heart? It's not the exterior that matters. What really matters is the golden heart. If you only have the intuition, the wisdom, and knowledge to know a person's heart, from wherever they come from this universe, you've got it right. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Manorama, but I haven't given any topic yet to you. And thanks for giving out your mind. It was nice. May I now ask Namita, you want to go? Namita, can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Toastmaster Namita. The day you wanted to get up early. The day you wanted to get up early, Toastmaster Namita.
Hello, Toastmasters. Dear guests, I wanted to get up 1 hour early for this meeting so that I wake up fresh, I get ready on time, and I'm attending this meeting. Unfortunately, I got up when the meeting has started and it's already 10 minutes into the meeting. So I didn't even brush, I didn't even wash my face. I just put my spectacles and joined this meeting. And I'm glad I joined it because I'm learning here how to give a speech and how to organize it. Trust me, I have to give a speech on Sunday and I'm still not happy about my preparation. I'm still sure that I'll forget whole bunches of paragraphs in it. And the speech of 6 minutes will become 4 minutes. And maybe I'll even get disqualified. So yeah, it's very important you arrive in a meeting at least 10 minutes before it starts so that you have the orientation, or you're disoriented and you are just confused what's happening in the meeting. And then people will have prejudice against you, like, see, she's so late and she's not serious about the meeting and her roles and responsibilities. So yeah, the day I wanted to wake up early, I woke up late. Thank you.
Toastmaster Namita, this was an accidental topic for you anyway. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. May I now request Toastmaster Carol?
Yes.
Toastmaster Carol, what was your last resolution to improve yourself? What was your
It's
last
a bit
resolution?
distorted. Sorry, I can't hear. Sorry, I can't hear. Can you repeat?
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Toastmaster Carol, what was your last resolution to improve yourself? What was your last resolution to improve yourself, Toastmaster Carol?
Thank you so much. What was my last resolution to improve myself? All the while, due to my dedication to learning, taking up skills that I'm able to enjoy and love. That is the most important part in the purpose of life, and to be meaningful in anything that I do to make me happy, not to please others, but to please my inner self for my intrinsic happiness. The last one I did was photography. Having most of my time working for the last 20 years, it was time for me to learn something that I really adore, that I'm so amazed by those beautiful pictures of natures that all the professionals took. Why? Because our world is such a beautiful world. It's full of good nature, good vibes around everywhere. Why aren't we following that? Right. So that was my last resolution, that I will take photography seriously and work on it. I joined American Society of Photography, and they have lots of courses for me to follow. And I went step by step. I learned, and that was since the time of, I think, 2016 or 17, I started. So I'm now into something with my resolution, and I'm going to pursue on and on together with my Toastmasters journey. Thank you, and back to you.
Wow, that was a beautiful pictorial journey. Who's next? Julie, would you like to go? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, yes.
Julie. Important or urgent? Important or urgent, Julie?
Oh, that is my favorite subject. Urgent is something that needs immediate attention. Important is what I decide is value according to my judgment. If I get a phone call and I answer it, it's not necessarily urgent. I won't know whether it was important until I answer the phone call. Many people say, I don't have time to read books because the books are not urgent issues. But if I want to increase my knowledge and my vocabulary, it is important for me. Number one issue that I think is important when you are talking about urgent and important is you have to actually design your own value system and decide what is important in your life. Job, health, and any other areas, I have to decide what is important, and I don't want somebody to tell me what is urgent for me. I have to make the decision. It is a subject that I would love to talk to you more about, but the yellow is the sign that I should be winding down. And thank you very much for this easy subject.
It was very important and urgent for me to give you this topic. Thank you. And the last one, who would like to go? Okay, Jim. Thank you for nominating. Jim. Why self-improvement is needed? Why self-improvement is needed, Toastmasters Jim?
Why self-improvement is needed. It's one of the most important themes, for lack of a better term, in my life. I believe that self-improvement, first of all, is important because it's really what, to a great extent, life is about. For example, my grandmother raised me, my sister, my brother. I'm the youngest of 3 children. She didn't have a great formal education. She had to leave school in the 6th grade. So one of the things that she instilled in us was to always value our education and any opportunities that we had to learn and to use what it is that we learned. And we all luckily have been able to do that to the extent possible for each of us. And like Julie said, the things that we want to improve on it's individual to each one of us, but the main idea remains the same. No matter what the area is, your goal will be to do it as well as you possibly can. And the best way to do that is through self-improvement. That's why self-improvement is necessary.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jim. With this, I will conclude the table topic segment, and I'm happy to say that all the table topic participants are qualified with time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Great speeches today. And yes, always strive to improve yourself and always try to be better. I would now like to call upon Evaluator 1, Jim, to give his evaluation of Raghu's speech.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And Raghu, I thank you for the opportunity to evaluate your excellent speech. Are we really free? You spoke about a topic that is so timely and yet it's a common issue that's on a lot of people's minds around the world. How do we best deal with prejudice, intolerance, and polarization? It's one of the most important issues of our time. And you introduced it by raising the very thought-provoking question right at the beginning. Are we really free? And you did a great job of explaining what you mean by that, by giving examples from your life. First of all, as a younger person being judged for your choice of religion and having others not approve of it. And then later on in your IT job, where your colleague or boss discriminated against you on an assignment because of your stutter. And it just, you also did an excellent job of communicating your message, because your facial expression and your gestures showed that you were inviting on a topic like combating prejudice. It sometimes is possible to come across as a scold. You know, you should do this, you must do this. And your facial expression, your voice, or what have you, could have been very much critical of people who are prejudiced against who were prejudiced against other people, but you did not come across that way. You came across as always very inviting and very open. There are a couple of suggestions that I do have for improvement if you give this speech again, and I hope you will. You gave us a great call to action in terms of being open-minded and non-judgmental. It's something that we should all strive for. I would have liked to hear how you became the open-minded person that you would like for us to be, and tell us how that has made a difference in your life. Something more specific along those lines. But overall, you did an excellent job on a very urgent and timely topic: how to combat prejudice. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jim. I would now like to call upon our second evaluator, Carol, to give her evaluation of Susan's speech. Carol?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jaydeep. Evaluating Susan Schultz. Susan, I always love your speeches. You did well. everything was in good order. Level 5 is about Susan's completion of a level with the second speech. Yes, Susan did a good job to develop a detailed vision that she shared with us her plans. And that is what the purpose of this speech about. Your speech was clear and structured. That was all for us, that we can develop and learn as a leader in our Toastmasters journey for our improvements. Your speech was clear, and I would love to hear a little more excitement in your tone when you gave such an inspiring speech about your plans. You must look more excited. It's a sort of now in a very normal, plain, educational speech like a workshop. Today is your speech where you are giving us your emotions, how you felt about your completion or your goals or what you are doing for the club. You must give us your emotional touch where you feel excited and how you have brought the club to a better level. You shared with us your mind map of 4 goals that you work on according to level 5 program. That was the best part. That is so clear for all of us to see. And this brought us to where we know how you are developing your plans. For the first part, the membership goals, I hope to hear more of that with a clearer way. That is, have more pauses. As most of us in different areas, different countries, the internet is always a problem. Sometimes it's lagging. That's why I couldn't catch your first idea. I'm only guessing. But it's still okay, only if you speak a little bit with more pauses. After your first idea, pause a while so that we can hear the later part. Before I could hear the later part, your second part came in. So it's better to pause a bit more for us to absorb. I like the second speech about your educational goal. And that was about the membership progress. It was good. And the third part was about the retention of the members. This is very important that you get a member, retain them. Thank you. And the last part is about the quality and the fun. And all this wrapped up all your speeches that we can help us. Thank you so much. And back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Carol. I would now like to call upon our functionary reports. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Kalpana to give the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So today, speaker 1, Toastmaster Raghu, took 6 minutes 43 seconds for his speech. Toastmaster Susan took 7 minutes 38 seconds for her speech. Speaker 1, Manorama, took 40 seconds for her speech. Speaker 2, Namita, as table topic master, took 1 minute 18 seconds. Toastmaster Carol took 1 minute 41 seconds. Toastmaster Julie took 1 minute 43 seconds, and Toastmaster Jim as table topic speaker took 1 minute 52 seconds. As evaluated, Toastmaster Jim took 3 minutes 28 seconds for his evaluation speech, and Toastmaster Carol as evaluation speech took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Sorry, did somebody have something to say? Okay. I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Namita to give the Grammarian Report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaydeep. I'm so sorry I joined really late, but I made some notes like who used the word of the day prejudice. The word of the day was used by Manorama, by me, by Jim. If I missed anyone, I really apologize. And I did not find any grammatical errors today. There were a few pauses by Jim, but yeah, that is for the R counter, not for me. And the language was very simple. It was easy to understand. Trust me, I'm still a bit sleepy, but I could understand and relate what you're speaking. And those were not complicated words, complicated sentences, not for some academic students, but for people like us, relatable and trying to learn how to converse in English or how to be to the point. So the usages were really good. Overall, it was very simple. And thank you for that. Over to you, Jaydeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namita. I would now like to call upon our Akyaner, Swati.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So today, I would go with the counter report. So we had very few sentence. I'm very glad that we are like this. And Kalpana 1, Jim 1, and I didn't hear others had much passes. So yeah, that's all for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swati. I would now like to get feedback from our guests on today's meeting. Manorama, what did you think?
Great meeting. I enjoyed the evening, a lot of diversity and wonderful club. I wish you all success down the road. Anytime you would like to meet, come and visit our club, we meet during the noon time, 12 to 1. I don't know, must be that's 9 in the morning, may not be feasible. If it is feasible, please come and visit our club. I will upload some information on chat box.
Thank you, Manorama. I would like to call upon Daphne. What did you think of today's meeting?
It was short but interesting. And I like short, especially at this time of the night. So I enjoyed it. The speeches were good. I especially liked the speech by, I don't remember her name, but she'd used that mind map thing. And I thought that was ingenious. I am going to try something like that. Very well done. Thank you. I learned something by being here this evening, and that's all we can ask for.
Thank you, Daphne. Okay, and I would encourage all of you to sign up for a role for the meeting next week. It's going to be at the same time at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time next Thursday. And with that, I'll hand it